Hi, my name is Sean.
And I'm Nicole.
And we are the Cajun Nomads.
And we are not traveling right now because we've been ordered in our area to shelter in place. So what we've done is we've put together a video for you of kind of how our life has been changed and interrupted in just the last month. You know, as I was going over footage to try to put together a video, we felt like we had been in this for weeks longer than it was, but really just a few short weeks ago, our lives look so different than they do now.
Yeah, it started, we were going 100 miles per hour, then all of a sudden we slowed to 50 miles per hour, and then it went to 5 miles per hour.
Right.
And I think that's kind of what we've all experienced, but some amazing things were going on, some amazing things were planned, and we've had to learn to adapt.
Yeah, and there's a gratitude that's come for what we were experiencing at the beginning of the month that I don't think we had while we were actually doing the things we were doing, or maybe not quite as much.
That is absolutely true.
So I hope you enjoy.
It really has changed in a month, and so we thought, let's go back 4 weeks ago and what was going on in our life just 4 short weeks ago.
Yeah, it's crazy because 4 weeks ago we were celebrating and having baby showers for our son Tyler and his wife Selena because our first grandbaby's coming. And so we actually did those earlier than you would normally do a baby shower. But I'm so thankful we did because we had friends and family get together. And if we had waited, we couldn't have done that now. So we're so thankful. And we just want to kind of share some of those highlights with you.
It was absolutely amazing. Incredible food, incredible fellowship. We got to pray over Tyler and Selena and the baby. Just a beautiful time, and we're so grateful and thankful that we had it.
Yeah, so I'm really thankful that we had the showers early so that we could celebrate with our family. It was a very precious thing to me, and it has become even more precious now because I know it could have been lost if we had waited. So I think it's super important to seize opportunities when you can and maybe do some things, you know, we don't have to always wait and do things traditional. Maybe we want to celebrate now, we just do that, you know. So I'm so happy and thankful to God that we were able to pray over Hazy. And just have that time with the kids.
Crazy. It was an inopportune time that became the perfect time.
Oh, yes. I'm so thankful we did it. Yeah.
Yeah, because had we not done it, we would still not be able to do it. We'd be trying to do it virtually on Zoom.
Yeah,
you know?
The truth is everybody's schedules were conflicting everywhere, and those were the days available. And now I look back and go, you know what? We should have cleared our schedules and picked the day and made it the day. You know, I'm very thankful that it worked out.
Yeah, there's something to be said for prioritizing the priority.
That's right.
And that family is always a priority.
Yes. We were also very fortunate because we were able to attend a conference with our church families and really just have that community and camaraderie right at the beginning of the month before we kind of went into this social distancing thing.
Yeah, it was a powerful time together with church planners from all across the nation that came together. It was one of the last opportunities to gather before not gathering became a thing, and it was absolutely enriching, a lot of fun, and I'm really glad we had the opportunity to attend it.
You know, I love the community of the conference, and I love the whole spiritual enrichment and just the challenge that was presented. But one of the funnest things I like are those little puppet things that fly up in the air and wave at you.
The dancing banners.
Yeah.
She was fascinated when she just kept going back. Let's go look at it again. And then when it would pop up, she would be like, yes, there it is, right there.
I know, I wanted to dance out there with them. Yeah, I actually have tons of footage of those
Actually,
things.
you did dance. I don't know if we caught footage of you dancing with them, but we definitely got footage of them dancing.
We didn't have to mention that.
Something very interesting is that on March 8th, I was filming a clip in the airport going through Atlanta and Tampa, and I was sharing the ease of travel, or one of the benefits of working remotely, and how travel has made life so much easier if you're a remote worker. Well, I didn't know that 7 days later it would be a radically different situation. I knew that things were happening, but at the rate they were, I was completely oblivious to. And so I thought it'd be interesting to see my journey over towards Tampa, and then how much changed in just 7 days on the way back. The ease of travel these days. I mean, not to say it's not hectic. There's a lot of people. There's things that you have to deal with and manage. But if you're willing to put up with a little bit of crowds and sometimes delays, it actually gives you the opportunity to be anywhere you need to be in a relatively short period of time. It's not a bad way. If you have a job or an opportunity that they'll fly you, you can be pretty much anywhere in the country with a little bit of coordination, get to where you need to get in a timely manner. So what's so funny is that in the journey over there, we were just talking about the virus and everything going on, and so I was kind of opining on the importance of being careful with germs and not, and how I was a germaphobe. And then Nicole noticed the clip afterwards.
Oh my gosh, he came home with these clips, and I'm like, baby, you're telling people not to touch their face, and your hands are all over your face. So we thought we'd share that with you.
I argued with her, but
until I showed it to him.
There was recorded proof of it.
I don't need a coronavirus to kind of inform me to wash my hands or cover my mouth when I cough, but apparently a lot of people do, which if anything good has come out of this whole season, which is nothing's good about a virus that can kill people, but people are more aware of transmitting things like that. So yeah, when you're traveling with a lot of people, you definitely think about that differently than if you are at home or out in the woods, which is where I prefer to work a lot of times, is sitting in the RV staring out at a mountain or a stream. But if you're going to be here, you take precautions. You just do the things that you should have done all along. Wash your hands, keep healthy distance from people who are sick or appear to be sick, and cover your mouth when you're coughing or sneezing and things like that. But yeah, no, the coronavirus hasn't changed anything for me. I've always been a little bit of a germaphobe.
So, strange times we're living in. People are not flying. People are being incredibly cautious. Very respectful of personal space, I will say that. A lot of people with wipes and sanitizer. And so people are really heeding the warnings. So kind of a unique time. I wonder when we look back, how will we view this season? And is there a spirit of cooperation? Is there an understanding of how we help each other through these kind of situations? How you manage fear and concern and balance that with productivity. So all of it very, very fascinating in a season that we have really never quite lived through on a mass scale. So anyway, there's some footage of it. Tonight we decided we were going to get some ball crawfish. We really would typically want to go out somewhere, gather around with a lot of folks, maybe in a backyard, out in the park, and you bring out the big boilers, you buy the crawfish live. They come in a lot of times 30-pound sacks. And then you would boil them there with everybody and you'd enjoy yourself, maybe have some music going. I mean, that's kind of the Cajun way. But with the COVID-19, this coronavirus issue, of course, they're shutting down restaurants or only delivery. And so we decided we would go to one of our local favorites, It's called Davis Seafood, and buy it already boiled. You can buy them in 3 to 5 pound increments. And so we bought 20 pounds because we feel like, man, in case they shut down Crawfish, you got to get your fill. I can't say, I'm not a doctor, so I could not say for sure that crawfish is a cure to the coronavirus, but it sure is a cure for your emotions when you're going through the coronavirus. So we're having a good time. We did just 2 of us enjoying it, but you know what? You just make the best of it. Woo, that's good crawfish. That's good. That's good, Chef. Boy, that crawfish was good. But after staying in that apartment for a few days, we were beginning to get a little cabin fever. We're out here at Lake Martin. It's a beautiful, beautiful area out here that we came to walk. You know, this COVID-19 thing has really kind of put everybody at a standstill. And
yeah, we had I'd come in to do a workshop at a conference, and it got canceled the day before, which was probably wisdom because they had several hundred people coming, and that's not recommended for right now. So we decided to visit our youngest son in Lafayette and just make sure that he's taken care of during this time. And so, but you know, we're starting to get cabin fever a little bit.
Yeah, so what do you do when you get cabin fever? You go out to some of the beautiful areas that you have in your state. I don't know what you have. Maybe you have the desert, maybe you have mountains. Hey, we have the swamp, the alligators, and these beautiful lakes. And so we thought, why not just get out and go stretch your legs, get some sun, and just kind of take a deep breath and relax a little bit.
Yeah, because I think, you know, getting in nature helps you to refocus. It also gets you off of all the media and the news of bad things or possible bad things. So it helps you to refocus your mind and just kind of take a moment to really just think and, I don't know, get refreshed.
No, I agree. And look, when you come out in creation and you see how grand it is, you see how amazing it is, you realize there was a creator. And if the creator can do all this, keep it in perfect harmony, he can take care of us too.
So yeah, just being out in the sun for a little while just was very refreshing, and everything is just so pretty. And it was not hot, it was cool because all the wind that you obviously could hear on the video, but we enjoyed it, I think.
And bring oatmeal chocolate cookies. It enhances the whole experience.
We stopped at a store at Nunu's actually and got some oatmeal cookies that were just made, so they're really good.
Yeah.
So that helped too, yeah.
They were good. Yeah, you know, Lake Martin doesn't have a lot of places to sit down and hang out. If you have a boat or a kayak or something like that, you can definitely come out and launch it out here. And they say the fishing's pretty good, the bass fishing. I have not fished Lake Martin. I lived here all my life, but I've never fished Lake Martin, go figure. But I've heard good things, but really a beautiful place. And you can bring out a picnic and enjoy yourself.
I think a lot of people do that, though. I think there's things in your area that you haven't even experienced. So I'm not sure where you're at right now. If you are kind of in your home, you know, kind of just quarantine or just, you know, what's it called? Spatial distancing?
Social
distancing.
Social distancing. After being in the apartment a little bit, we thought, you know what, we have Gus. While we're here, this is kind of our new normal for until. And so we said, let's get out and go find a park we can be at and enjoy maybe a little bit of nature and ride this out, work from a different location.
Yeah, we could tell too. We figured that shelter in place would come into effect, so we didn't want our youngest son to be here, you know, because you want to be around your family when all this stuff's gone down. And so we decided to find a local park, and we found a great one.
We found a great one, and they were very careful. We'll do a review on them later on, in another video. But they were very cautious. We couldn't even get out of the vehicle. They took our credit card information, paid it by phone. They directed us very, very, did a very good job. What was crazy is just a few moments later, they drove around and said we were the last ones in. The local sheriff's department had shut them down and said no one else allowed in, no one else allowed out, which we thought was kind of crazy.
It was. As you can see in the video that we're showing you right now, there's like hardly anyone here. So there's a lot less space space issues than were even in at the apartment where my son lived.
Yeah.
And so kind of didn't make sense. So we're glad that it is open and that we do have a place to stay, and not being squunched in the apartment.
Yeah, fortunately, in about 6 or 7 hours, they reversed that decision.
Yeah.
As long as there was no recreational activities taking place, so they shut all that down and they allowed for lodging only. But even with that new order, there very few people have been in this park, and so we really have a lot of this space to ourselves.
Yes, it's awesome.
Isn't it amazing how quickly things can change? You know, we all have dreams, we all have desires, we all have things we want to do in this life. I mean, that's why we got into RVing. We wanted to adventure, we want to explore, we want to do something different. We start a family because we have great dreams and aspirations. We take new jobs because we can't wait to see where it takes us in a career. And all these things are wonderful. The Bible actually speaks to it in Proverbs. I've always loved this scripture, but today just has so much deeper meaning for me after going through this season. I want to share it with you. It's found in Proverbs 16, verse 9. It says, "The heart of man plans his ways, but the Lord establishes his steps." And isn't that so appropriate for this season? It's okay to dream. In fact, I believe they're God dreams that are in our hearts today. Great things, exploits that you're going to do. You've been called to do. God put them in your heart even. But the way they're carried out do not always line up with how we imagine it. That's one of the things I'm learning right now, is that I have incredible dreams and passions and desires in my heart. I believe those things were put there by God. But God is establishing the steps. He's causing them to walk out the way He sees fit. You know what's so amazing about that, comforting about that, is that if God put a dream in my heart, He is capable of letting them be carried out in His timing and in His way. They're not dreams that are lost. They're not dreams that need to be shelved. No, they're just in God's timing, in God's season, and they're all going to come to pass. And some of the very things you had in your heart, God is going to use this season to actually allow them to come forth, because maybe they would not have been noticed or recognized or even stepped out into if it weren't for this season. You know, my prayer, Nicole and I prayer for you, is that you just have faith in your heart to know that if God puts something there, He is going to allow it to be walked out in the way He sees fit. Hey, we love you. We're praying for you. Be safe in this season. Until next time, let the good times roll.